Hi, guys. Welcome to Tribe Tuesday. I am so excited to go ahead and give you some value like I come in every week and talk to the official wife tribe. How are you guys doing this week? I hope this week is going well. I thought I wasn't going to be able to actually jump on today because the weather was bad and my fire went out. But I said, look at God. It stopped just in time. So I can go ahead and get this done. So I got something good for y'all this week, okay? Are y'all ready? It's very short and straight to the point. All right. And so the last couple of weeks, I've been coming in on Tuesday to help you out to make sure that we are having some healthy, wholesome, loving, nurturing, successful marriages. All right. That's the whole point of why I do these videos, right? I'm trying to make sure that everyone inside of the tribe that is married and the ones that are going to get married um have some value and some understanding of different things that can take place. But let me tell you something. I keep it 100 all the time. I don't do that fluff or that okey doke. I talk about real stuff, and that's the only thing that I'm ever gonna talk about, like real issues that happens that I see on a day to day, in marriages, stuff possibly that I've experienced myself, people that I've talked to with different types of issues, and I get really down to the nitty gritty. I'm not about to do any fake stuff. I'm 100% real. So a couple of weeks ago I did a video on you are the only sex your husband get, period, point blank. Let's just keep it 100. When you marry, you have to understand that that's huge. You are the only sex that your husband get. 5 years, 10 years, 15, 25, 30, 40, however long you've been married. Understand that. I want that to marinate in your head. And so last week I talked about a good marriage is a safe marriage. Boom boom, I came with it. And so this week, what we talking about? All right. And so this week I want to jump right into it. Hold on. I want to share my screen. I want to share my screen. Share. Hold on. I always do this, and I should actually share before I get on, but I don't do it. So you're going to see all my business before my business. Oh, man. All right. It just is what it is. Let's present it. We're going to present it. You're going to get all up in my business. All up in my screens. And this is going to be slow because I'm already at screen 5. And so we're going to backtrack. I'm going to try to do it fast so you can't see everything. All right. And so today I'm going to be talking about 3 ways to overcome jealousy in the marriage. Now let's keep it 100. It's a lot of jealousy that happens inside of marriages. Now, I'm not talking about jealousy of the spouse, like the spouse is jealous of the other spouse. That's a whole nother topic. All right. That is very true. I'm going to talk about it one day. Is this not today? I am talking about 3 ways to overcome jealousy in your marriage. That means that you have a jealous spirit up inside of you, and it is causing havoc inside of your marriage. All right. That's what we're talking about today. Let's jump right into it. So, the first thing that we need to do when we're having issues with jealousy with our spouse as women, all right, we need to speak to our insecurities. We need to deal with them, y'all. We need to heal from them. Our insecurities can stem from so many things that could have had taken place in our lives from a childhood, different relationships that we have been in before, people just dogging us out, in friendships. It's so many things that can create insecurities within us as women. So it's our job as wives, and as just women in general, but as wives, because that's what I'm talking about, to affirm ourselves, okay? We have to understand our identity, our worth, and our value. How do we do that? How do we understand and identify our identity, our worth, and our value? Only way that we can do that is in the Word of God. That's it. All right. The only way that you can truly understand your identity is knowing who you are in your creator. Only way that you can truly understand your worth is knowing your worth from the word of God, what God says about me. Only way you can really know your value, your true value as a woman and wife is if you read the word of God and what God say you are, you are. You have to internalize that. You have to allow that to seep in your spirit. And you have to walk around with that type of confidence. No matter how you're being treated, you have to know this for yourself. All right. You also have to know as a woman that you're not replaceable. Why are you not replaceable? Because it's only one you. I am not replaceable, y'all. Not one little bit. I will never be replaceable as a wife because it's not another me on this earth. I'm very confident when I talk about my marriage. I'm not concerned a one little bit by someone else coming in and trying to replace me because I can't be replaced. I know for a fact my husband will never find another me. All right. And I am good on that. I have so many different qualities. I'm confident in who I am as a woman, as a wife. Just in general, I don't have to go into too much detail. What I bring to the table, my heart, my spirit, everything about me, my swag. And we ain't even going on like the physical appearance or anything, but just who you are as a person should be you should be so secure in that you should know that your husband is never going to find that. All right, first of all. So that's why you have to understand your identity, your worth, and your value. That'll help you if you're bringing insecurities within your marriage. All right. You need to challenge your thoughts also when these thoughts come up for whatever reason and different circumstances happen. Let's just give an example. Somebody's looking at your husband maybe too long, or he's getting some late night calls. That's really unexpected. And you automatically go left, or you automatically assume the worst. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? You have to ask yourself, why do you do that? So you have to challenge your thoughts. You can't think negative when something is out of the ordinary. Okay. So challenge your thoughts when they come up, even if it seems suspicious. It don't necessarily mean that something is wrong or something is going on. All right. Um, like I said before, go back to your childhood and you need to really release the things that you have dealt with. People have tried to instill in you and say that you are. You have to denounce them things, and you have to really pour in the word of God into your spirit to be secure in the woman that you are today. The best way to do it, also, I feel like, is to really deal with your insecurities and rid yourself of insecurities, is to expose them. You know, the devil can't really use those things against you if you expose it. You ever seen people um that have, something wrong with their body? Let's just say, uh, let's say, I don't know. Let's just say they have acne, really, really bad acne on their face, and you know, oh, they might get some whispers and different things like that, or somebody might have said something to them about their acting before. But if you say things about yourself and talk to people about what you're dealing with, and they understand where you're coming from, you can feel secure even in your insecurities with your acne and different things like that. Just expose it. Expose your insecurities to people. Expose it even to your spouse. Let them know, listen, I'm dealing with this. I got a hard time. And because I have this going on, I feel insecure in this marriage. I feel like I'm not worth it, or that you don't think I'm enough because I have this particular problem, whatever that problem could be. But you have to do these things because that's the only way the enemy won't win. Because we all know that once we have insecurities, that's just, what I'm saying, a jump start for the enemy to come in and run rampant. So we have to get rid of those ASAP. All right, let's go to the next slide. Having unrealistic expectations. I love this because, and Lord, I was doing this. I was doing this slide so fast, y'all, because I was trying to get it done. But all the stuff I had going on. So please excuse the slide because I didn't get all the things off. But listen, I'm doing I'm doing what I have to do regardless of the time frame that I have to do the things that I need to do. So anyway, access unrealistic expectations. All right. This is really good because I think as women, a lot of times, and I'm going to speak for myself, that we have these like crazy, unrealistic expectations. We think our spouses are like this thing that's not human. I think you have to really understand that your spouse is a human being just like you. The different things that you deal with as a woman, he's dealing with things as a man. He has eyes, he can smell, he have all his senses. He's human. And so we can't get so offended so quick if our husband do something that we feel like maybe it can make us feel away. Let me give an example. So, back in the day when I was dating, I used to get so upset about when men, I would be like talking to a man and then another woman walk by and, he do like this. He turn around. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? I would snap on, in situations like that. I will really feel away. I'm like, listen, I'm right in front of your face or whatever. And so for me, it's just like, okay, he's human. If a person sees somebody else walking by, it's natural for them to follow. That's just a natural reaction for so many people. I've done it and I didn't even realize that's what I was doing. But a lot of times, if that happened, let's say in the spouse, it can be like literally 3 seconds and we just like blowing it out of proportion. We are out and we are, walking away from the table. If we're out at dinner and your husband, I'm saying, he looked left for 2 seconds and we're just ruining the night behind, insecurities that we might have. We have these unrealistic expectations of our spouse that he's supposed to be this perfect person, and he's not human. We have to let those expectations go. Okay. We can't expect our spouse to cut off also contact with other people because he's married. And that's another thing, guys. When you're married, you marry family. You don't marry family, but their family become your family too. It might be some things about people in your spouse's family that you don't necessarily like, and you might feel a way about them. But, if let's just say you do feel a way about them, but that don't have anything to do with your spouse, and their relationship with that person. So automatically, because you feel a way, you expect your spouse to feel that way and maybe cut off relationships because of it. All right. We have to be really careful about that. We have to be mature about it, especially depending upon who the people are. You can't expect your spouse to just cut off siblings and mothers and different things like that because you have an issue with these people. You have to come into a common ground of how we're going to have these relationships inside our marriage, even though I might have issues, with these people. All right. And so we have to think about that. We can't have these unrealistic expectations, expecting our husband just to be this person. It's not realistic because just like you love your spouse, there's a lot of people around that love your spouse as well. And you have to be willing to share your spouse. All right. And you also have to understand, let's just say you have a spouse that could be admired for something that they do. They can be a man that's well accomplished. They can have a lot of wisdom, and a lot of people look up to your spouse. And so, when you have a spouse that might be in the limelight, or this might be someone that a lot of people want to learn from or be around, you have to be okay with sharing your spouse in that way and not become jealous because all these people are admiring your spouse, or become insecure because of it. Okay. We have to have security because you really need to look at it more so as an accomplishment, not an accomplishment, I'm sorry. Not an accomplishment, a compliment. You have to look at it as like a compliment more so. And you can look at it as an accomplishment too, because that's your man. You were able to, marry this amazing person, but also a compliment because, all these people want to get something from your spouse. And instead of taking it in a way of jealousy and feeling a way about it, maybe, people call him on the phone, they want advice. He might be a counselor for some people, he might be needed here and there. And instead of being jealous in that situation, by sharing him with some people, be more supportive. That's what I'm trying to say. We have to be more supportive. And that only come with maturity, because a lot of people don't really understand that. And so that's what I want to share for this one. That's number two. All right. And so we're going to get to number three, the last one. So, oh goodness, I always have so much trouble with these slides. All right. And so avoid accusing your spouse. All right. That's what I was really talking about earlier. If something is out of the ordinary and you think something could be going on, until you get facts, avoid accusing your spouse of different things, because let me tell you, it's nothing worse than an insecure woman. I'm just gonna keep it 100. It's just nothing worse than that. A man do not want to deal with an insecure woman. A man wants a woman that's very confident inside of the marriage. He don't want you nagging him and accusing him, and oh, don't want him to go nowhere. And you just have to have him by you 24 hours a day because you're afraid. And it's just very unattractive as wives. And we just have to know that we bring so much to this marriage that your spouse is not going to do anything to mess that up or to disrupt what you guys are building. All right. We just have to have faith, trust, because why are you even married if you don't have that type of trust inside of your spouse? Why are we even married in the first place? All right. And so avoid accusing, avoid pointing fingers, avoid accusing. Oh, I can't say that enough. Avoid accusing your spouse of things that you are not sure about. If you're not sure, if it's just, things that's running through your mind because you, with your own insecurities that you haven't dealt with, then don't bring that to your spouse. All right. So I really suggest that a lot of women, before they even get married, deal with their insecurities and their childhood trauma and all the things that they go through, that they have went through in their life. I really suggest that they are healed completely before they even get into a marriage, because once you get married, it just add on another layer to it, and it can just explode. And sometimes we just put it off on our spouses, and we expect these spouses to be the healer for us, and the only true healer is God. Okay. And so avoid accusing. um and listen, I put an extra three down here because I just wanted to. I wanted to do three, but I wanted to do a little bit extra too, so I can further help you um, learn this. All right, and so explain your triggers. Explain your triggers. All right, and so this is really good, because if you have a conversation with your spouse and he knows of your insecurities because you're not healed yet, you went into the marriage and you have some insecurities, you're not healed, there's certain things that trigger you. And until you get to that place of healing, if your husband is willing to help you heal, you can explain your triggers to him and you guys can work on this together. All right. That is possible. But explain it to him, just so he would know that, listen, all right, I understand that this is something that bothers you. I'm going to make sure that I don't do this. Some these things that could possibly trigger an argument or a fight, because some insecurities that you might have inside of the relationship. And so avoid get back. I love this picture. This is so funny to me. So avoid the get back, because you could have done something that was unnecessary, because our mind is such a powerful thing, y'all. And we can just let our mind just go and develop all these ideas and stories in our head of what our spouse is doing and saying, and what the relationship with this person is and the relationship with that person is. And we just, on We're on 10 trying to figure out, oh, he didn't did that, and I'm about to do this to him. And we don't even know for a fact that that's what is going on. And so just cut it out 1000% because this is not necessary. Avoid it at all costs. Just trying to get him back for your thoughts that could be going in your head. As women, listen, we are some emotional creatures and our mind can go. We don't even know what could be going on, but it's better just to have a conversation about it instead of just letting our mind run and us just coming up with different ideas in our head about what our spouses are doing and how our spouses are handling different things because we don't even know why our spouse might be handling things the way they are. And so we want to be really, really careful about that. And so getting back is just not something that we're supposed to do at all. All right. And so always put yourself in your spouse's shoes. What if you were your spouse and your spouse was you? How would you feel? Would you be running outside and going on top of the roof because you just can't live in the house with this woman who have all these insecurities? She always whining. She always complaining about something. She always have a problem with it's my friends, my co-workers, my family, just everybody, the people at my church. I can't talk to nobody. And so you have to flip the script and really put yourself in your spouse's shoes. And I think that if you do that and you look at it from a different lens, then it will kind of help you understand, well, maybe I shouldn't act like that. Maybe I shouldn't accuse. All right. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should get the facts before I just go off and just say some things that I might regret. Maybe I shouldn't have unexpected expectations. My husband is, only human and we're in this together. All right. And maybe I should work on speaking life, speaking to my insecurities, speaking life into myself. So I can become this woman that can be beneficial in our marriage and not a woman that's going to tear my marriage down. Woo. I hope I got all that out. It's so much stuff that I wanted to say about this topic because I can go on and on. It goes so far. And we have to really nip these things in the bud for us to have real wholesome, marriages, real successful, real safe, real healthy marriages. We have to nip these things in the bud. And I know that this is going to resonate with somebody. It might not be for you, but it could be for a friend. It could be, someone that you've known experienced this. But it's very good to know and understand like what our roles is as women. And that is my 1000% goal with Wife Tribe. That is what I do. I help women, all right, have healthy and wholesome marriages. I focus on the woman because really, you know, the truth be told is we really set the tone um, in our marriages. And it's really our responsibility 1000% to put our husbands, once we get married, that's why I say you better be sure you want to get married because our 1000% responsibilities is our husbands, our families, and that's it. We're not really responsible or supposed to do all these other things, but what God holds us to is our marriage and our family, okay? And so, if you have any questions for me, you can reach me at info@theofficialwifetribe.com. My Instagram is the official wife tribe, of course. Of course, the wife, the website is theofficialwifetribe.com. And if you want to talk to me on the phone, y'all, I even put my phone number here 678-695-8644. So if you need to talk to me or if you know anybody else who would want to um, talk about this particular topic or any other topic that I've talked about before, you can definitely book a call with me, a discovery call, and we will go from there. So I hope this brought some value to you guys. I'm gonna stop sharing. Um, I try to stop sharing. Let's see. All right. So it did. So I hope this brought some value to you guys. I hope it was beneficial. I will be back next Tuesday for another Tribe Tuesday. I pray that you have a blessed, prosperous, beautiful, um, amazing rest of your week and weekend. I will see you next week. Bye, ladies.